What's up, everybody? Obviously today this video is going to have a little bit different tone. As most everybody knows, yesterday in Boulder, Colorado, there was a mass shooting that took the lives of 10 people, I believe 9 civilians and 1 police officer. First and foremost, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on or how you feel about guns, whether you're way left, whether you're on the fence or you're pro Second Amendment on the right. We can all agree that when things like this happen, it's horrible, it's horrific, and it's tragic. So, as cliche as it may sound, I know a lot of people say that, but I truly mean this. I have all my thoughts, all my prayers, all my sympathy for, all the people who are involved in that, who lost their lives, their family, their friends, their coworkers, people that knew them, even people who were there who just had to witness this horrific incident. Same thing to them. I mean, how horrible would that be having to witness something like that, right? And I think a lot of times people don't think about, they think about all the people who lost their lives and they think about the shooter and stuff like that, but they don't think about all the people that were affected being there and seeing that and going through that traumatic experience. Those people are going to need, some help. Those people are going to need some therapy, and those people are going to need, all of our love and support as well. So, I just wanted to start out with that. And then, I wanted to get into the shooting itself and what I think, honestly, my solution for this is. Yesterday, I made a video yesterday, but I decided to sit on it because I was a little more emotional yesterday, and I've learned through the years as I sort of mature that, if you feel a certain way or you feel strong about a certain subject and you want to shoot off an email or a text or a phone call or make a video, that you should, sit on it for about 24 hours and see if you still feel the same way. And if you do, then send it. If not, then it's obviously, not the right thing to do. So I made a video yesterday and I'm going to decide not to release that just because I was a little more emotional. And I wanted to have, more facts and think with a more clear head today. So that's why I've decided to do this video today. Yesterday, some of the things I saw that really were making me sick on social media, and they were coming from people who were anti-Second Amendment, anti-Constitution and liberty and freedom, and were left-leaning people and Democrats, was people talking about the color of skin of the shooter as opposed to the fact that 10 people lost their lives. A lot of people saying that he's white and that's why he walked away, and had he been brown or black or, a Muslim or a different race or something like that, then he would have been shot dead on the spot. And he's probably, a conservative Trump supporter, loves MAGA and all that kind of stuff. And then come to find out today, it was a Muslim who was born in Syria in 1999 and moved here in, I believe, 2002 and was living here. Grew up in a town called Arvada, Colorado, went to Arvada West High School, was a wrestler. Classmates have said that, he was pretty intense and hated losing, that if he lost, he would throw his headgear and, he would even cuss out his own coaches. Family members have come out and said that he was depressed and bullied and antisocial and paranoid. His sister tells a story of being at lunch with him and him constantly looking out the window and saying there's people in the parking lot staring at me, and then they went out there and there wasn't anybody there. Just really weird stuff. So I don't know if he's schizophrenic or what, but typically in mass shootings, that is the first thing that we will notice that most of these people have in common is they have mental health issues. Okay, that is first and foremost the biggest problem in this country. We don't have a gun problem. We have a mental health crisis in this country. And if you look at 20, 30 years ago, even when I was going through, high school, we had a mental institution that was open and eventually closed down, and they demolished it and built like a shopping center or whatnot. But we had these places all over the country. They're places that people could go, they could seek the help that they need, they could get the help that they need. And now all these places are basically gone or non-existent. So with these places disappearing, did the problem itself disappear? No, it didn't disappear. We're just now masking it with prescription drugs, right? People are either on so many prescription drugs that they're a zombie, or they're choosing not to take them, and then they're sitting, alone in their house or their apartment, and then you get what you got yesterday. You get somebody who lashes out, who is mad at society, who's mad at the world, and decides to take it out on innocent people. And that's what you get. That's what you get with mental health issues and a mental health crisis. Okay. Now, it's sad that people had to sit there and talk about this guy's skin color and not the fact of, of who had been, had been shot and murdered by this psychopath. But gun regulation and stricter gun laws is not the answer to this problem. If you look at Colorado as a whole, they have just about everything in place that the liberals, that the Democrats, that the anti-2A gun people could want. They have universal background checks. They have high-capacity magazine ban. They have red flag gun laws. They have gun-free zones, and not one single thing on that list helped prevent what happened in Boulder, Colorado yesterday. Not one thing. So what does that tell us? It tells us that strict gun laws don't work. They don't deter criminals from doing bad things. What they do is they hurt hardworking, innocent, law-abiding American citizens. That's what the policies of liberals and Democrats do. They don't bring good, they don't bring unity, they bring harm. That's what they do. You can disagree. Statistics and history is on my side. Okay, it does not work. If a psychopath wants to get a gun, they're going to find a way to get a gun. If a psychopath wants to plan something and try and execute it, that person is going to go and do that. Okay, the police are they're usually not there when the crime itself takes place. They're usually there afterwards, after the crime is taking place. That's why we have what's called homicide, right? Homicide, they come in, they try and figure out what happened, they try and put the clues together, and they try and solve the crime. Okay, police are usually never there to help while the situation is going down. Okay, and while we're on the subject of police, most of these people who are complaining about all this stuff are the people who wanted to defund the police, who wanted to pass this regulation to make it harder for police officers to do their job, or more importantly, to want to do their jobs. And now all of a sudden today, they're praising these people and thankfully they were there. You can't have it both ways. What you should do is give your head a shake, support law enforcement, support police officers, and realize a greater portion of those people are good people who want to help serve the community and keep the community safe, and very few of them are like the idiot that put his knee on George Floyd's throat. Okay? Support law enforcement, back them, let them do their jobs, and they will continue to serve the community and try and keep you and the ones you love safe. Okay? Now, what is the solution to all this? Okay, I've already told you I don't think it's more gun regulation and stricter gun laws. So what is the solution? The solution is this. People who are anti-gun, or even if you're pro-gun, what you need to do is you need to do some research. You need to get over your fear and get over your misunderstanding of firearms, your fear of firearms. You need to go to a gun shop. You need to pick some up. You need to handle them, make a purchase, get some training, and carry that firearm every single day. Okay, if you are a man who is the head of your household, go first. Be a leader. You do that. Then make sure your wife or your girlfriend is in the same situation and has the same training and same understanding and is able to carry a firearm. If you have a son or a daughter who is of age, make sure that they also have the ability, the knowledge, and the training to do so. And that is how we stop mass shootings from happening. Okay? It's a very simple thing. A wolf will simply go into a den of rabbits and it will be a slaughter. He will go in, he will kill, he will come out. If that same wolf goes into a den of porcupines, he's either going to go in, survey the situation, see that those porcupines are armed, and run out, or he's going to attempt to attack the porcupines and he's going to catch hell in the process. Okay? It's a very simple thing that Democrats, that liberals, that anti-gun people make difficult. It's very simple. Okay? People like this Ahmad guy do not want to attack somebody who is going to fight back. They are going in, they are looking for easy prey, And if there's any kind of firefight that comes back at them, they're either A, going to flee, be killed, or they're going to turn the gun on themselves. Okay, that's usually how this ends. Very rarely does it end with somebody walking out, being surrendered, or being captured. It does happen, but not as often. Okay, so if you really care about human life and innocent lives, and you really want to see mass shootings in this country stop, then what you need to do is you need to stop listening to the liberal media, stop fearing guns. You need to go buy one, get some training, carry that firearm, and if you are ever in a situation like these poor people were in King Soopers in Boulder, you will have the opportunity to help be part of the solution and not watch another group of victims lose their lives. That's how we stop this. Okay, we become a we become a society of more porcupines and less rabbits. And if we do that, less wolves will come in for slaughter. It's that simple. Okay, it is that simple. So you can do what I say. You can think that I'm not right. That's fine, all you want. But in the last 10 years in this country, we have more gun regulation than we've ever had, and that it has in no way stopped mass shootings from happening. Okay? Colorado had every single thing in place that liberals have asked for in the last decade, and it did not stop a psychopath from going in and killing innocent Americans. That proves gun regulation and strict gun laws do not stop mass shootings. What does is if 10 people in that store were armed. That's what would have stopped this from happening. Okay? As always, I'm a big believer that not every issue is a gun issue. Okay? That you should always, if confronted with a situation or an argument, you should always try and talk your way out of it or walk away. Violence is never the first or second, in my opinion, solution to a problem. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you need to be prepared. You need to be your own first responder. You need to be prepared, and you need to have a plan for your family when you go into restaurants, when you go into grocery stores. Talk to them about when they're at school, in movie theaters, wherever it may be. You have to have a plan, even in your own home. Have a plan if there was to be a home intruder as to what you would do. Make sure your kids understand it. They know what they're supposed to do. And if you can do those kinds of things, if you can prepare and you can get training and carry a firearm, I promise you, we will start seeing mass shootings in this country go way down.